Whether you've had babies, you're getting a little older, or maybe you just want a cosmetic boost. For a myriad of reasons, vaginal rejuvenation is on the rise.
And Dr. Lauren Streicher is joining us with details on who it suits best and why people are seeking it out. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
So this is interesting. We were talking about this the last time you were here, so now we get to dive into it. What exactly is vaginal rejuvenation?
I will tell you exactly what it is. It is a marketing term. It is not a medical term, and actually it has no precise medical definition. And it really is implying that the appearance of your genitals need to be altered after, as you said, a baby or when a woman goes through menopause. And quite frankly, it's offensive. It's offensive to imply that these natural, normal changes that occur need fixing, that your vagina is broken. And the truth of the matter is that if there's a medical problem, I mean, if someone's leaking urine or if someone has pain with sex, by all means, we can treat that. We can make it go away. But no legitimate doctor calls it vaginal rejuvenation.
It's so funny because I do watch like The Real Housewives on Bravo, and I swear every housewife has had their vagina tightened after giving birth. Something I would have never thought of, and I'm like, who spends money on this?
They do.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, look, what's driving this train? It's things like The Real Housewives. And the truth is money. Money is the big driver. There are a lot of people out there who see an opportunity to make money from women who are just a little too self-critical. And quite frankly, whether it's your thighs or your breasts or your belly or your vagina, they make women feel like, oh, there's something wrong. I need to fix this. And the idea of cosmetically doing something, whether you're using one of these inappropriate devices or, you know, one of these products that's being sold, women are being taken advantage of. And we really need to make this go away. I mean, it's a problem.
So what are they doing? Are they harming their vaginas?
Potentially. I mean, there's a lot of options out there. And again, you know, since vaginal rejuvenation has no specific term, it refers to a lot of different things. Now, what a lot of people are talking about are these devices, the radio frequency lasers and the conventional lasers. And the truth is when it comes to the CO2 laser, that has a legitimate medical treatment, which I do. I perform medical laser, CO2 laser, for women who have vaginal dryness and pain and thinning of the tissue as a consequence of menopause. But a lot of women have this done inappropriately. I always say a big red flag, aside from someone's actually calling it rejuvenation, a big red flag is if someone signs you up for this and takes your money, they've never examined you, they've never offered you other options. You just walk in the door and say, hey, sex hurts, and they'll go, well, we're going to rejuvenate you, and they have you spend a few $1,000s to, you know, tighten your vagina or supposedly lubricate it. So can it cause harm? Absolutely. If there's something else causing the problem, it needs to be diagnosed. In the hands of someone who doesn't know what they're doing, it can certainly cause problems. It's like any other procedure. But the biggest issue is that women are being taken advantage of and being made to feel like you got to make it tighter. You got to make it better. You have to have a different appearance. I mean, think about this.
Yeah.
You know, they sell makeup for the genitals. They
get out of
things.
town.
Yeah. And can I make this stuff up? And when I was writing my book, The Subsiding Away, Turning Back the Clock on Your Vagina book, you know, of course, I have a whole section on, you know, crazy things that people are told to do to, quote, turn back the clock. And the only clock you want to turn back is the clock that makes it so that you can have pain-free intercourse, so that your bladder's not leaking, so you're not getting urinary tract infections. Those things are what needs to be treated. But this whole notion of rejuvenation, you know where it comes from? It's actually really interesting, you know, because this didn't exist 20 years ago. It really was an offshoot of pubic hairstyles. I mean, think about it. I'm serious. I'm serious. Because it used to be that you really couldn't get that close look. You couldn't get that, I know exactly what's going on there. And now today, of course, less is more. Women can see better. Again, women are self-critical. And they're saying, oh, I don't look like other women. You know, there's pornography to get. You can see a lot of pictures of other women's genitalia. And women compare. And they say, maybe that's what I'm supposed to look at, as opposed to appreciating that there's a wide range of normal.
All right,
So
but before
that's
you
where
let
this
go,
all
though,
comes from.
I want to ask really quickly some of the good things that you can do to fix problems. Like you talked about incontinence, you talked about dryness. Are these things that you can do quickly in the office? And because some women may not even know what they could do to fix problems that they have.
Well, you're absolutely right, Amy, and that's what's so important, is that there are solutions. So as an example, if someone's having what I call sandpaper sex, yes, you can start out with lubricants. You got to use the right ones. There's a lot of bad ones out there. Yes, there are some over-the-counter products, but sometimes you do need to take the trip to the doctor and get one of the many prescription options that we have, both hormonal and non-hormonal. And as I mentioned, I do laser treatments that will turn back that clock and restore elasticity and restore lubrication. If someone has a leaky bladder, I'm a big advocate of course, pelvic floor physical therapy. There's a home device that a lot of women use that you can get over the counter called Attain, A-T-T-A-I-N. The point is that if you have a problem, I'm not saying don't fix it, fix it. But this notion of, hey, ladies, you need to rejuvenate your vagina so that it looks nicer. Are you kidding?
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's over the top.
we got to put an end to that.
I would save the money for my face.
Yeah, there you go.
Not down south.
Rejuvenate something that everybody can see.
I agree. That's right. Although on another day, we're going to talk about things on your face that work and don't work, because women are being sold a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I love, that old product called, hope in a bottle. It's true. Most of these products are just hope in a bottle, but there are things women can do to help their skin midlife and after that really do work. Skin, hair, all that stuff, all things that we need to talk about, because women really need the right information instead of the crazy stuff that's out there.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Schrechter. We appreciate it. Always a good conversation.
Anytime.
All right.
Sure.
Take care.